Number 10. Music hits. We're kicking off the list with the healer who gets thrown out of his party, yet turns out to be the most powerful among them. Now, this anime gets a fair amount of criticism and many say it's far from the best thing they've watched. But it definitely has enough charm and entertainment value to make it worth checking out. In his old group, the protagonist gets expelled because everyone believes he's a useless healer. But in reality, he's an insanely overpowered DPS beast who's been hiding his real strength for, well, reasons. That is, until he encounters a martial arts girl who joins him and discovers his true damage-dealing nature. You might find his behavior a bit strange at first, wondering why he's keeping all this secret, but the mystery surrounding the main character and his abilities is honestly one of the coolest parts of the whole show. Number 9. Support mages. Huh? Big deal. Who needs them? If you're not dealing damage, you're basically trash, so out you go. But wow, were they all mistaken. Scooped up by an S-ranked adventurer follows Lloyd, a white mage who's booted from his party since everyone thinks he's weak. Even Lloyd believes he's just some run-of-the-mill magician, yet he's unbelievably strong and completely clueless about his own power. Eventually, an S-ranked team meets him during their travels and becomes interested in recruiting him. But later on, the hero's party ends up falling apart without Lloyd there to keep everything together. And of course, he ends up gaining recognition for everything he's capable of. What a shock. Number 8. Music plays. Welcome to the Outcast's restaurant. When you've got a powerful party and a greedy leader who can't stand anyone being on equal footing with him, he decides to kick out his level 99 chef just to get the girl for himself. Looks like Dennis won't be feeding the team any of his delicious meals before or after battles anymore, because now he's ready to open his own restaurant and use his insane cooking skills to create the best dishes in town. I can't help but wonder how his old party is surviving without him now. Despite being a chef, he's actually incredibly strong as an adventurer and uses a butcher knife to slice through enemies like it's nothing. Number 7. Here we have your classic healer protagonist who's underestimated and tossed aside, only for him to go off and achieve huge success on his own, which is pretty much exactly what happens here. The brilliant healer's new life in the shadows is another hero party rejection story. The healer is considered useless, weak, and treated like an errand boy. So he leaves, starts an underground clinic, and begins using his powerful healing abilities to help all kinds of people. I guess his old party was really convinced they didn't need a competent healer in their raids. Hopefully they didn't suffer too badly without him. Number 6. The most notorious talker. This series is perfect if you want to witness how a weak class like a talker manages to become overpowered in their own unique way and ends up creating the strongest clan in the entire world. Noel dreams of becoming a seeker like his legendary grandfather, but instead he's stuck with the talker class, which is practically useless in combat. Who would even want to team up with that? But using his talker skills, he persuades powerful people like assassins and heroes to join his clan and follow his lead. Eventually, he forms the strongest party the world has ever witnessed. And it's only a matter of time before everyone realizes they should have sided with him instead of going against him. Number 5. Now, this one here is actually a really interesting anime, honestly an underrated one, that showcases a party made up of individuals who've all faced their own issues. Some were kicked out of their former groups, some betrayed, others abandoned or left behind, only to then eventually meet each other and form a strong team together. Horton was taken from me by someone important in my life. So I tell the guy, go ahead, try taking it, because there ain't no animal. She's one of those sloppy tricks. And of course, I'm hanging on your every word. Anyway, I say to the guy, come on. The team goes through a lot of struggle at the start all together. But it turns out they're the only party actually capable of saving the world from some unexpected disaster. It's simple, it's awesome. Yeah, a bit generic, but still very fun to watch. Number 4. That teeny? Underscore. Besides, the moonlit night is beautiful. After taking down the great evil forces as the strongest party around, they end up killing one of their own companions, taking all the fame for themselves and being praised by everyone, while the one guy who actually did most of the work gets left dead. However, that same guy returns from the dead as a half-elf named Kunzel or Coincel, whichever way you want to pronounce it, carrying a special blade with one clear goal. Take revenge, kill the companions who betrayed him, and expose their crimes in this ultimate revenge story I highly recommend checking out. Number 3. Now here, I'm gonna give you all 3 upcoming anime, ones portrayed by the hero's party, as a little bonus to look forward to. Starting with the series titled, Do You Think Someone Like You Can Defeat the Demon King? Flume is the protagonist, and she literally has no power at all. An ability she can't even use, and yet somehow ends up in a party without having any actual role. Until the day comes when the sage of the group decides that a good-for-nothing girl like Flume should be thrown into slavery. And yeah, that's exactly what happens. They throw her into a pit of monsters for entertainment, where she reaches out for a cursed weapon that unlocks a brand new power for her. Now, witness a true dark fantasy anime at its finest when this one finally releases soon. Number 2. Music. The banished court magician aims to become the strongest. Well. Support mages are considered useless, so naturally they get fired from the party like always. But what happens afterward is that predictable plot you all already know. They turn out to be absolutely busted. The protagonist Alec is a support mage from the Crown Prince's party, fired for being useless and kicked out of the palace entirely, until he's later approached by his former group wanting to recruit him again to conquer dungeons just like the old days. And so, the party once known as Legendary becomes active again, aiming to make a name for itself and become the greatest party ever. Number 1. Music. Boy, do I have a crazy one for you guys here. For my final recommendation, this upcoming anime actually has one of the longest titles I've ever seen. It's called Backstabbed in a Backwater Dungeon. My party tried to kill me, but thanks to an infinite gacha, I got level 9,999 friends, and I'm out for revenge. Yeah, wow. Now, the main character Light is the only human in his extremely strong party, but humans are seen as the weakest. So the party basically does what you expect. They backstab him and leave him to die on the lower dungeon floors. But what Light does next is something none of them expected. He uses his infinite gacha to summon a harem of insanely strong level 999 allies to fight at his side. Very specific number, I know. From there, he plans to escape the dungeon, get revenge on his party, and then go after the entire world itself. This honestly sounds epic, not gonna lie, but also random and super generic at the same time. Still, I'm excited to see how this one turns out when it airs this year. Seems like the mission is complete. You've taken revenge on your companions, revealed your true power, and reclaimed what's yours. And now the journey comes to an end. But if you did enjoy, please drop a like to show your support, and subscribe to stay updated with all my latest uploads here on YouTube. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all in the next one.